change up because you have to go through the pantheon when you have the traditional ceremony to call everybody to see who might want to come and share some wisdom, who might want to come and do some healing, and who might want to just come and party with us and have a good time. So I'm going to ask you.
First of all, it's a mark of respect for the elders, a mark of respect for the ancestors. It's a show of recognition for those who have come before us, because without them, we wouldn't have been here. So that is the essence of libation. First of all, we have to acknowledge the existence of Almighty Olodumare, the creator of the universe, the one who has made it possible for you and I to live up to this present moment. So we have to acknowledge our ancestors, especially those that perished during different periods of enslavement. Without them, we cannot be here, because they were here before us, and we also have to acknowledge the tremendous contribution they have made to humanity. So we acknowledge them, we adore them, we pray to the Almighty to give them peace, and we also pray for the repose of their souls.
Is really about the healing and the restoration from that pain and that shame and that fear and that guilt that we still carry. And so we do this through our programs and activities, but our annual program is the program where we reunite with Africans around the world, our ADACI sites in Senegal, ADACI Nigeria, ADACI Brazil, and also the International Coalition, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. But again, this is a time for us to commemorate, to remember, because as Baba said earlier, if a mother or father passes away, do you not say a prayer for them? Do you not remember them? Do you not commemorate them? We don't. And I honestly believe that the result of that fear of what we have experienced, the lack of knowledge of our true history, which goes beyond slavery. 400 years is just but a small bit of our history. We are the mothers and fathers of all human beings. We gave the world its greatest civilizations. We gave the world its first humanity. And so this is who we are as African peoples, people of African descent. And so as we do this, we commemorate those who perished, the millions who perished in the Middle Passage, but we also commemorate those who survived the Middle Passage, because it is their shoulders that we stand on, and we draw upon their strength, their courage, their determination, and that keeps us moving forward. And so
ADACI as a reconnecting instrument to connect the children our future to our presence and to our past. It evolved into us eventually building the altars, because we always had those on the side, because in our mind we needed our ancestors' strength and their energy to guide us and to propel us forward in terms of the work that we were doing, and also to put a hedge of protection over us. So today, as we go to the river, I call upon us to put a hedge of protection upon all of the children who are here because of the times in which we live at this point. And I want us to reach out to each other in love and embrace each other as we go, because we're not just saying prayers for those who made the supreme sacrifice, but we're also saying prayers for those that in that sacrifice, what it was behind it was love. And love does not die. So we are going to love each other, and we are going to hold on to each other, and we are going to be uplifted. And as the children of Conqueror raise the energy for us to be reminded that they are our future and that we must embrace them, protect them, love them, guide them, and give them everything that we have to give them so that they can be better than who we are. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. The reason for the river, again, is because, as Baba was saying, it is water. How did we get here? How did our ancestors get here? Through the water. How are we birthed? Through the water. Water is Oshun. The water is Oshun. So we'll go down and do that, but please, before you do, come up and get a stone to keep, and then we'll give you a different kind when you get down here. When you do, just please, while you're doing that, come on up. I want to keep talking because I want to talk to you a little bit about the altar. Because very often, folk don't realize that we painstakingly pray over the altar to figure out how we're going to try to show you something that's within the theme of what it is that we are doing. So in this altar, we were very fortunate that the sisters also ran into someone who was from the Gambia or Benin, and he donated this figure here, which we have as our centerpiece, which is a rendition of Mami Wata. Mami Wata means mother of waters. You see, she is a more recent deity, and this is the first rendition that we've ever seen where the child is at the breast. So the child is being nourished by the mother of the waters. We also have our Sankofa bird. So to remind you that what we're doing in celebrating our ancestors is reconnecting our past so that we can use the memory information from the past to help inform our present, and that we can move forward in the future with greater knowledge and understanding. is wide? Who knows?
Gateway.
On what side of the river were our ancestors enslaved?
Right here.
That's right. On the Maryland side, if they got across this bridge, if they could get across this bridge to DC, they were free. You're gonna go around clockwise, because you don't want the negativity. You're gonna go down your face. You're gonna throw your arms. Both arms. You're gonna
within. It's always within, and that sometimes there are things that block us from being able to receive it. And so one of the biggest blockages that we have are the thoughts that become our words. So we begin to dwell in the things that we do not have, who we are now, and we begin to usher into existence an era of negativity. We become constipated, we coagulate, so spirit can't move because of the sugar that we say. How about that? Things that we learn about ourselves, about we have big nose and big lips and we don't have good hair, all those things that we learn to say that are not in divine order. But if we honor the divine that created us, we honor the divine that is within every single day, honor those that came before us, then our presence becomes more in order, and then the future is definitely certain, right? So we're talking about our children, but if the children are out of order, the question becomes, what disorder created their disorder?
All right.
So if they are out of order, it's not because of them, it's because of those that came before them. In order to be established, then the parents must stand up and recognize that there's a thing, first and foremost, called divine order. Recognizing that we come from a seed, that we come through ancestors, and that everybody in this room, is going to be an ancestor someday. The question becomes, will somebody call you by your name? All right. Will you do something today that will make somebody say that I must call upon them because what they delivered has inspired me to become better? So this day is about being more better. More better. Being better than we were yesterday and being precious good on tomorrow. That something should happen today to say that we get in order. We understand that we are divine, and we recognize that we've come through the wombs of people who really cared and loved for us. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe.
Thank you. For convening the panel, and again, of course, Shirikiana, incredible film. I recall about a decade ago, Shirikiana highly organized workshops for us at Sankofa, Pan-African workshops, where they would bring in some of our most erudite scholars, and we would go in depth on where we've been, where we are, and what does it take to move us forward. And those sessions had an incredible impact on my thinking around Pan-Africanism, particularly as it relates to the challenges that we faced, enormous challenges, which Shirikiana documented in her film.
In a small Black-owned business and help them get to the next stage, help them get to the point where they can expand, because we need to be the #1 employers of Black people, and that's not going to happen if it's just a solo entrepreneurship or a mom and pop that, that is barely, clearing 6 figures a year. We need Black-owned enterprises that are able to employ Black people by the hundreds. And so as an individual, you can start to buy Black and look for Black-owned businesses. You can also invest your money in
promote music videos, still sometimes tend to promote narratives that are not for our liberation. Sometimes still, and even trying to get white people or people that aren't us to see us as human, then use images of our death to then get them to see us as human, to get them to feel the empathy of that we're dying, as if they don't already know that's the case. And so the question then becomes, again, it's not how come we're not there? Because we are in the media. It's not how come we don't have our own network. We have our own network. The question becomes, what images are put on all these different platforms that are either for or against us?
Were the brave ones. And many of them lived. And because they lived and survived the Ma'afa of that time, we are here.
Ashe.
And so what do we owe them? What do we owe them? They who lived and survived and endured, who were stolen and enslaved and tortured and oppressed, those who fought and toiled and freed themselves and freed others and were freed. Some say we give them monuments they deserve to memorialize their accomplishments and their courage. We owe them that. Others say we give them special months and days and events to commemorate and observe their lives and achievements and triumphs. And yes, we owe them those too. And still, there are some who say we give them our acknowledgement and our prayers and our songs and our poems and our acts to continuously keep them alive and praised and respected. And of course, we owe them these. And I also say we owe them our all.
Ashe.
I say we owe them to own our freedom. I say we walk tall. We stand high. We never forget their struggles. We always remember their victories. We every day stand on their shoulders as free Africans all throughout the diaspora. We honor them with our living. We honor them with our freedom.
Ashe.
We thank them for what they have done to get us where we are. And we will go further. And we will strive harder. And we will continue to reach the constellation because we are the brave ones now.
Ashe.
We are here because of them. We are here in this place, in this moment, because our ancestors worked and endured and prayed and struggled and stayed and lived and loved and strived. They made this America our home. We are the brave ones now. And we are free. Be free. Live free. Freedom now.